Hello, everyone. I'm here today with Marcio Fonseca, President and CEO of GRSLF. We are doing the backstage interview for the Silver Investor Forum. Marcio, thanks for taking some time to dig a little deeper on GRSLF with us today.
Thank you, Peter, for having GRSLF here again to tell the story.
Well, certainly my pleasure. Marcio, maybe we can start with an overview of GRSLF, its assets, where they are relative to each other, and maybe viewers can get a good handle on the overall project.
Okay, GRSLF is an emerging silver gold mining company in Sinaloa, in the Rosario Mining District. Is a mining state. We have 3 or 4 companies operating that state in Mexico. Our projects are all together. They are contiguous, and there's a map which is on the slide I'm presenting today that shows a gray area that they are all together. Nobody has ever controlled all these 3 assets together, 100% controlled by this company. And the assets include 2 past producer sites, which means permits for production and some basic infrastructure. And the company is very aggressive, about to complete 2 resource estimates. More than 400 drill holes were integrated. That means close to 130,000 meters of drilling data. It's a major work, and that's going to be released probably in 30-45 days. And we believe it's going to increase materially the number of ounces that the company has in the inventory, that today is 39 million ounces of silver, potentially open pit.
That's exciting. I know that so part of your project includes San Marcial. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that. I know it has an existing resource. It's adjacent to Plomosas, and maybe you can just provide some more details.
For sure. San Marcial was the first project we bought in the district as part of the strategy that we started 3 years ago to control the Rosario Mining District. We told investors we are going to do a consolidation, and we delivered last March. San Marcial is very unique because it is a breccia of 500 meters long, 10-15 meters wide. And the grades are 200-300 grams per ton silver, predominantly silver, which can be open pit, which is very unusual for silver mines, particularly in Mexico. And it's 5 kilometers from San Juan and Plomosas. And we believe that now we might be discovering veins between them. We are about to complete 85 kilometers of ground geophysical survey, IP and MEG, and we are connecting the dots from San Marcial all the way to San Juan, showing that we have what can be a district-scale epithermal system, multiple veins.
So that sounds like if as you say, you can connect the dots, it could certainly grow this entire area of projects to, I mean, it is a district, but to connect everything together could certainly, I mean, that could be a real game changer in terms of what you're looking at, what GRSLF has, and what it could mean going forward.
I believe so, because no company has ever controlled all the concessions. That means we have unrestricted access to the whole trend. The trends, we have 3 trends: the Trinidad trend, that's more gold. You have the La Tigra, that's more regional exploration silver, and the Plomosas San Marcial trend, that is silver and gold. Of course, sometimes you have some base metals as well, but altogether 75 kilometers. What supports the potential game changer here? Not only have these 2 new resources, we still have 24 old workings, never ever drilled. That's why you put a release yesterday, 7 drill rigs on site, 14,000 meters planned for the second half. And as we continue to discover, likely to bring more drill rigs.
That's great. So you mentioned drilling program for this year. Maybe you can tell us, give us a bit more detail about the drilling program, where you're focused, and how it's going to help you sort of reach your goals towards upgraded and new resources.
Yeah, we are drilling as we speak already. We have already 2 drill rigs drilling. To the south of Plomosas, we call Plomosas South, is a step out, probably 100-150 meters to the south of what's the resource model, in a way that you can continue to expand the resources. We are going to drill 2 new veins that as soon as we get results, we are going to announce the potential discovery. Is El Saltito in Loma Dorada, Those are veins outside of the resource area. We are very excited about the GET area. The name means that's the area between San Marcial and San Juan. We have done some mapping and surface sampling, and we encounter some epithermal veins, which are planning to drill that as well. And likely, with the completion of the ground geophysical survey around the resource area at San Marcial, we are likely to put some more additional holes, expanding that resource as well.
Wow, so a lot of activity and certainly a lot of news flow we can expect, and likely some exciting things to watch for. I know that a few weeks back you announced some very high grade intercepts, some silver intercepts, and maybe you can tell us more about where these are from, what kinds of grades you got, and what the implications are.
Yeah, the results were from the San Juan area, which is one of the two areas that we are doing resource estimation. And it's a very interesting situation, Peter, because when we bought this property, we were told that there was only one vein, San Juan vein. Today we have 6 veins. And we drilled 3 of them. The other 2 or 3, we are going to continue to drill. And doing the drilling the holes, some drill holes close to the surface, we got a result that was 18 grams per ton gold, 8 kilos of silver in a vein that's close to the surface. Of course, that's one sample, but when you do the whole average of all the whole interval, it's 9 meters at 700 grams per ton of silver, not far away from the surface, showing to us that some of the veins can be even potentially small pits. And that really supports our theory that San Juan can be a high-grade silver and gold system. There was another result last year that we put out to the market. Probably not many of people remember that. We had 70 grams per ton of gold and 6 kilos of silver, and not much lead and zinc. And this is all being translated now into a resource model. Nobody has ever done that. So the company is just showing what can be a much bigger epithermal system. And San Juan is separate than Plomosas. They are parallel. And we believe we might even encounter veins between these two areas in the near future.
So it sounds like certainly, the market needs to pay attention and to watch more closely what's happening with the work that you're doing. Probably, as you say, some of your results are maybe underappreciated in terms of what you've been coming across and what it could mean going forward. Maybe you can touch also on, someone had asked during the silver forum about what the ownership is like for the company, in terms of how that breaks down and what it means as well. So perhaps you could touch on that for us.
For sure. Before we bought the Plomosa Silver Project, the largest shareholder in this company was management. Means a lot of money from the management invested in the business from day one. The company is very young, it's 3 years old. So First Majestic received some shares with that transaction when we bought 100% of the Plomosa Silver Project. They became the largest shareholder. It's a very friendly relationship. There's no preferential rights as a matter of really if they want to do or what they want to do. They participated in the first finance we did last year, and they sold some positions. They made some money. Other institutions that came to participate and have been funding the company are the likes of Sprott Asset Management, Mackenzie, Earth Resources based in UK, a good number of family offices based in Switzerland, Zurich. So the company has received a lot of attention from some analysts. We have one covering the company that put a target price from Beacon Securities of $1.50 before we put the resource out, the 2 resource estimates. On average, we are trading 300,000 shares per day, which shows liquidity. A little bit more than 10 million Canadian dollars in the bank, no debt, all the properties are paid.
So it sounds like there are several participants, share owners that have been following your story, that are well informed, that like what you're doing, and are certainly solid supporters of GR Silver going forward. So with that, I think, Marcio, we've certainly covered a lot of ground. If there's something that you'd like to mention that we haven't touched on to leave viewers with, certainly go ahead with that.
For sure. It's important for the viewers to realize that until March, we could not be that open about the magnitude of the business and the opportunities, because until March, we didn't control the district. We were in the process of buying. So during negotiations, we decided to be quiet. But today, together, Trinidad, San Marcial, and Plomosas is a one project, is a district. And we are working really hard to make this more visible for the audience and for potential investors.
Well, Marcio, it certainly looks like the market and investors need to pay attention. Looks like there's some exciting days ahead for GR Silver, and certainly lots of potential. And I certainly will be one of the ones following it very closely.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Marcio. It's been a pleasure.